Hello, Doctor. Alexandra Marick here. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Did you speak to the funeral home and tell them to keep the casket closed? Well, the family wants a viewing now. I know. You're going to have to back me up on this one. It's imperative that they follow our directions. The coffin can never be opened. I left my crop at home.
Thank God for that.
Oh, you're such a spully. I want to meet your horse.
Maximilian?
Yes. And ask him to throw you off the next time you ride him.
No. He's very loyal to me.
What if I give him carrots and barley sugar? I give in. Leave it alone.
Damn it. Why won't it open?
Sealed for the plane trip to Basel. It won't open. Leave it be.
There's got to be something in the garage I can use.
Please, Edmund. I'm begging you, don't do this.
This has been the longest day of my life, and tomorrow's sure to be longer.
Alex. I didn't realize you were here. You need something?
No, Gillian called me, asked me to come up from the lodge to meet her grandmother.
Oh, Lord love her. Eugenia's taken Dimmy's passing terrible hard. I doubt the Duchess will be down tonight.
Oh, I hear she's a formidable woman.
You love Dimitri. Eugenia will love you. That's the way this family works.
If I'm disturbing you, I can just...
No. I was just about to have a brandy. Would you care to join me?
Yes, please.
Peg?
I could use a drop of courage. I still can't believe my boyo's gone. How he could slip out of this life so quickly. Leave his old Peg without even a fare thee well. To think I'll never see his sweet face again.
We'll see him again, Peg.
In my father's house are many mansions.
No, not just heaven. Not just heaven. We'll see him tomorrow. At the funeral.
This is very awkward. But I feel that you should know in advance that I've spoken to the funeral director. The service will be conducted with the casket closed.
Excuse me, Mrs. Surely you won't mind if we have a private moment with Dimitri before the service. I mean, just a chance to say our last goodbyes.
I'm deeply sorry, but what you're asking is impossible. I cannot allow it.
You won't allow an open casket?
Well, we've always had a viewing prior to the interment. Hugo wasn't that much to look at, but at least I got to tell the old sod what I thought of him.
I don't mean to go against your family, and I certainly don't want to intrude on your grief, but...
Good. Our wishes have to count for something.
I'm just trying to carry out my husband's last wishes. I thought that when we talked, you understood that he wanted you to remember him in life, not death.
You know, I've done pretty much everything that you've asked. And I stood by while you picked out the suit my brother was going to wear and the psalms that Father Dreyer is going to say. I don't think I have been anything but patient.
You've been remarkably understanding. But Dimitri was emphatic.
When Maria, my wife, died, they didn't find the body, okay? It wasn't recovered. So I have to assume that she rests in peace, and I want to make sure that my brother does, okay? I need to see him.
Putting my husband's body on display won't bring him back. Celebrate him in life, yes, but for God's sake, that the man rest in peace. To make a public show of his passing, in my opinion, is nothing short of barbaric.
I agree with Alex. Alex doesn't want to see her husband's lifeless body on display, and it's cruel to disrespect her wishes.
Alex was my brother's wife for a few days. He was my brother. Now, the funeral is the last chance we're gonna have with Dimitri as family.
Alex is family too. Dimitri chose her as his life partner, and it's cruel to disrespect her wishes. And do not punish her because his life was cut short.
Jillian, we are all suffering, okay? It's been a real sudden loss for everybody. Look, you see this? You see this ring? This is the Marick family crest. My brother gave it to me when he accepted me as a brother. I would like to see this buried with him. Can you understand that?
Yes. It's a symbol for the love that you shared, but don't bury it. Why don't you give it to your son when he comes of age as something to remember his uncle by?
You're refusing my request.
I've made my decision. The casket will remain closed.
I don't believe this.
Alex, Grandmama's waiting upstairs to receive you. It's the third door on the left.
Okay, sweetheart.
Where does she get off dictating?
Edmund, just let it go, please. Alex is right.
He's my brother.
Edmund, the man in that coffin is not your brother. It's his body, not his soul, not his laughter, nor his passion, nor his wisdom. If you want to see Dimitri, close your eyes and pick the fondest memories you have of him and wrap it around you and let that comfort you and carry you for the rest of your life. But if you open that casket and you look inside and what you see in there, that will haunt you for the rest of your life.
I don't understand.
I was a very little girl when my mother died. One night I went up to the nursery and I climbed in bed and I waited for her to come and kiss me goodnight, but she never came. And the following morning I asked where my mother was, but nobody would tell me. And that night, while I was asleep, Papa came upstairs and he shook me awake, and he'd been drinking. So he grabbed me by my hand and he took me downstairs to the south parlor. Just a single candle was lit and it was throwing a scary shadow on the wall. And in the far corner there was a coffin, but I was too small to see inside it. And I just wanted to run. I wanted to run back to my bed and hide beneath the covers, but he picked me up and he lifted me up. At first, I looked inside the coffin and I thought it was a wax doll. But then I realized that the scary white thing with the red lips wasn't a wax doll. It was my mother. So I screamed and I begged and I asked my father to put me down and let me go, but he wouldn't. He ordered me to kiss that scary thing on the lips, and I screamed and I said, "No, Papa, no, don't make me do this. This is not my mother." And then he pushed me down and my lips touched her. And it was the coldest thing that I've ever felt in my life. And then I knew they were lying because that wasn't my mother. My mother was warm and soft, and she would rather die than scare a child. She would rather die. I have very few memories of my mother. The smell of her perfume and how kind her eyes were. But what I remember most, Edmund, was seeing her in that coffin and seeing her lie there. That's the memories that I kept with me Forever. Is that how you want Sam and Maddie to remember their Uncle Dimitri?
Jillian, I'm sorry that this has affected you. I'm sorry.
I'll get it.
If you insist on an open casket for Dimitri as much as I loved him, I won't go. But please respect Alex's wishes.
It's Dr. Martin.
Hello, Jillian. Peggy, would you take care of this, please?
Oh, you shouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
Well, Ruth insisted. She's working tonight.
Well, I'll just pop it in the fridge. Jilly, would you like a warm glass of milk before you go to bed?
Good night, Dr. Martin. Edmund, please think of what I said.
Would you like me to go upstairs with you and sit with you?
Edmund, Ruth and myself, our heartfelt condolences.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks. Please sit. Like a drink?
No, thanks. You go ahead, though.
Yeah.
You say I was surprised when I heard about Dimitri would be quite an understatement.
It's been a shock, Joe. It still is.
It's difficult to digest when someone apparently in good health dies so suddenly.
Joe, let me ask you this. Is there anything in my brother's medical history that would indicate why this happened?
He had his last physical a little over a year ago. Checked out fine.
Well, the doctor said it was a cerebral incident.
Well, that covers a broad spectrum. What did the autopsy show?
There wasn't any.
Well, how did they determine the cause of death?
Joe, the doctors concluded that Dimitri died of an aneurysm.
Well, I know the Seaview chief of staff. He's a good man, and he runs a top-notch hospital.
But the protocol they followed wasn't standard.
I'm not sounding any alarms, Edmund. I'm sure Dimitri received the best possible care. Do you happen to have a copy of the hospital report?
No, I give it back to Alex.
Alex? That's Dimitri's wife?
Yeah, you heard.
Not much escapes the hospital grapevine.
Listen, do me a favor, Joe. If I can get my hands on this report, would you take a look at it for me?
Yes, I would. Be happy to do so.